Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Henry Woodland. Today I'm going to show you a very small trick that you can use to help streamline your searching experience when you're using online resources like Google and, for example, what we're going to be searching today, the Gloucestershire City Council website. Now, I've chosen the Gloucestershire City website, City Council website, because it's quite accessible. But there will be times, for example, if you're doing big projects or you're trying to find obscure bits of information about some work that you're trying to use, that won't have the same functions and the accessibility that the Gloucestershire City website can provide. I will show you how to use Google to circumnavigate some of these accessibility features to help streamline your experience. So first things first, I'm going to just show you that we're on the Google page. You'll notice that it has the kind of iconic Google banner, and today we're celebrating Agnes Varda. And here on the search bar, I'm just going to type Gloucestershire City Council. You could be familiar, excuse me, with searching through something like this, using Google to locate the email address, the website address, excuse me, of your bank or other online services. So let's just jump in and click enter to search. So of course the first thing that comes up is the website itself. It's here where I'm moving my mouse in a circular motion around the purple text and a small icon of the Gloucestershire City Council. If we click that link, it will take us to the website. Now, here you can see that there is another search bar to help navigate through this website, and this has made it quite accessible. Other websites, unfortunately, aren't built in the same way to the same standards. So how do you locate information on a website that's quite inaccessible, but you still want to search in a way that you can kind of use terms and words that help kind of specify your search? So one thing I'd recommend is I'll just show you a result of something using the Gloucestershire website. So let's just search bin day. So it's brought it up. Check your bin day is one of the first results. That's really useful. That information is available online, and that information is there to help you understand when, I don't know, there's a holiday on your bin day, which color bin is on which day. We've all had those issues, or perhaps you're like me. Perhaps you're a bit embarrassed to go and talk to your neighbor and be like, "Hey, what day is it?" Or you wait until your neighbor puts their bin out, so then you can copy them. Or you're in that little spot, excuse me, where both you and your neighbor are unsure what bin day it is, so you're each waiting for one another to make the first move. So what I would recommend is, so using websites like this, you can help locate that information. However, say for example, you're trying to locate other information on another website that wasn't as accessible or as friendly as the Gloucestershire City Council website. Let's think about how we can do this and how we can circumnavigate some of the inaccessible elements. Let's jump back to the main page of the Gloucestershire website. Now, when you're searching a website, it's important to take the URL of the website that you're searching. So we're just going to copy that. So you can copy that by right-clicking your mouse over the highlighted text. And when you highlight something, it's really just a case of selecting the text that you've got there, right-clicking it, and pressing copy. For those who are perhaps not as don't like using the mouse as much, you can just double click to highlight the whole thing. You can see it highlighting because it turns, on my computer anyway, it turns a nice shade of pinky lilac, which is quite lovely. And then you can press Control and C. Excuse me, Control and C. And there we go. So we've copied that website. What we're going to do now, we're going to jump back to Google. And here we are. So now remember, this is for websites where there isn't as many accessible features to help you navigate around that website. Perhaps it's daunting, perhaps it's got too much information, perhaps it's not designed to support you, and perhaps it's just not accessible. So let's jump to Google. If you type in SITE, site, colon, like this, and then you paste the name of the website, so paste it like that with no spaces and then press space, what you've done really is what you're telling the computer is you're saying, I want Google to search within the specific site of the listed site. Now, it doesn't have to be Gloucestershire City Council. It could be Sainsbury's, it could be Tesco's. You can use it to your imagination's content. And then we're going to leave a space because that means that's the end of the website that we're searching. So it's normally declared by this kind of wonky line leaning to the right. Wonky line leaning to the right. It's forward slash, excuse me. So then we put a space in, and then we look to put like a search function. So we're looking for bin days, exactly what we did on the website before, and then we press enter. So here you can see that Google now has isolated the results within the gloucestershire.gov website and placed them onto your Google page relevant to the criteria that you selected. Sounds like a load of mumbo jumbo, but all you've done is you've literally gone to the index of a book and you've found what page is on what, and this helps you kind of streamline that process. So here we can click this first link, and bish bash bosh, it's taken us back to check your bin day, check your collection dates. Now, this is useful because with websites like the Gloucestershire City Council, they are designed more accessible. But perhaps you are trying to find information, really obscure information on a certain website that won't provide a search function or has a very sloppy search function that's not been correctly constructed. So this is a little tip that you can use to help streamline your searching experience. I hope this has been informative to you, and thanks so much for listening to me.